Welcome to the Treasury Update podcast, presented by Strategic Treasurer, your source for interesting Treasury news, analysis, and insights in your car, at the gym, or wherever you decide to tune in. On this episode of the podcast, host Craig Jeffery sits down with CEO Rich Grossi of Ion Treasury for an in-depth discussion on the technology front. They take a closer look at behind-the-scene elements around cloud innovation, market feedback, and product expectations. Listen in to part 2 of the discussion on the power of Ion.
Welcome to the Treasury Update podcast. We're discussing Ion technology, and we're having a discussion about behind-the-scenes elements on the technology front. And I am joined again by Rich Grossi, who's the CEO of Ion Treasury. Rich, welcome again to the Treasury Update podcast.
Thank you, Craig.
Last session, when we talked about the strategy of Ion and how that's changed and developed over the years, we touched on technology that obviously is going to require a little more in-depth discussion. There's 3 areas I want to cover. One has to do with cloud innovation. The second has to do with the feedback you're getting from the market, in particular with your client base. And then finally, what are some of the expectations anyone would have about Ion, the products, and your strategies going forward? And I guess the first question is, are all Ion solutions cloud-enabled, and what are you doing with cloud enablement?
Yeah, so our track record on the cloud goes back even further than our treasury business with Ion. Today, we have nearly 1,000 customers within our corporate community on the Ion cloud. And as you know, some customers are interested in the added value of a managed cloud service where we take care of the hardware and the software, and they can choose when to upgrade their system. Others are interested in a SaaS-based solution where they're always on the current version. Clearly, we offer both, and as I mentioned earlier, for us, it's all about offering our customers choice. So we have solutions that are fully SaaS-enabled, and we have all of our treasury solutions are fully cloud-enabled. For us, we just continue to see cloud as a driver for reduced TCO. We're really happy to report that our cloud offerings provide great savings when compared to on-premise installations. But for us, though, it's about the value in the service that you'll find that we have and continue to innovate our offerings to provide these cloud-native features. So more than just cloud hosting, we've built features into each of our solutions to ensure that they're taking advantage of some of the cloud benefits in terms of security, performance, monitoring, logging, and things like that, so that our solutions are not just essentially hosted in the cloud, but are providing far greater value for the customer.
Sure. So as you've talked about this strategy or shared this strategy with your clients, I guess at the connection events and through individual conversations, what type of feedback are you getting about your strategy?
Yeah, so overall, I would say it's overwhelming, to be quite honest. We held a connection event in Orlando earlier this year where we outlined the strategy to our customer community. We discussed our product offerings, our roadmaps, our thought leadership, our technology advancements, and we really outlined the strategy of driving innovation, but doing so across our portfolio, considering how we drive the community of users further, considering how we drive greater value to our customers. And we also launched out those connection events. We launched a brand new set of solutions to our customers so that they could see the strategy in action, if you will. Throughout the year, we had 5 customer events. We had one in Orlando, in London, in Vienna, in Singapore, and in Sydney. And this theme of community was really well received as we demonstrated the current and future benefit of being part of the industry-leading set of treasury solutions. And I think it generated a lot of interest from our customers. We saw, as you just asked, we saw a lot of attention around cloud services, shared products such as bank account management, bank fee analysis, bank connectivity. We launched our machine learning offering, and we saw a great deal of feedback on that subject. But you have to remember, this is really the first time that we shared this message with our customers. So previously, our customers would have known Ion through the product that they used, and in many cases, they've used these products for quite some time. But this was really the first time that we brought all of our customers together, and they really started to understand not only the product benefit and product roadmap, but the larger Ion Treasury benefit and the larger Ion Treasury roadmap for the future. The feedback was really well received. This theme of community was pertinent in everything that we did. Well, we shared where we were going. We shared what the larger vision was. And as I said, we were able to show some of the progress on that strategy with new solutions that we offered to all of our customer base.
So with that, Rich, you had mentioned a set of solutions and it was strategy in action. Can you explain what that means a little bit more? I'm not sure I followed exactly what that was.
Yeah, so our strategy, as I mentioned in our prior podcast, was really to focus on value for our customers, really to innovate for them in each of the products that they use today, but also to provide them with choice. So choice in, as we just said, cloud solutions, whether it be SaaS or whether it be hosted, choice within their cloud provider. We have solutions on Azure, we have solutions on AWS. Choice within their TMS solution, providing them with multiple options that address their needs and allowing us to work with them on what the best solution is for their future business needs. That choice is really at the core of what we're offering in terms of strategy, but layering on top of that product innovation, cross-product innovation across our solutions, community, data, Ion group benefits, and really advancing the strategy from a product-centric focus to really a portfolio-centric focus. And we've been able to successfully accomplish that this year.
So what can customers expect next from Ion, looking out 6 months, a year and a half, maybe not to your 3-year mission, but over the next year and a half?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, we launched a set of new solutions so they can expect great updates in bank account management, bank fee analysis, great advancements within cloud, as we just mentioned, and continual innovation in what we're offering. On the sort of non-product side, there's also a great deal of benefit that we're rolling out. We're rolling out new client portals, so working with our customers on community shares, knowledge information, working on the product specifics, understanding more about what's going on with our products, communicating as a vendor more to our customers, advancing some special interest groups, working more with our customers on user communities, and working on sort of how we partner more and get more feedback in how we drive the business forward. And in that regard, we'll launch some new customer surveys this year and really leverage that information so that we can advance how we work with our customers. I would say that maybe in addition to that, there's some really interesting things that are happening in the world of artificial intelligence. We're seeing that opportunity for treasurers to leverage AI is rather significant, and we're working on several initiatives now that are leveraging machine learning technology and seeing great potential thus far. So these advances are moving rather quickly, so I'd urge treasurers to stay up to date with the innovations and really research the full value for which the technology can provide. And as I mentioned, we're launching our first artificial intelligence offering to the market, the first that I've heard of, that really helps our customers with machine learning algorithms in a variety of different areas, but maybe initially focused on cash forecasting. And that really allows our customers to gain greater visibility, greater understanding into what their forecasts look like, what the accuracy of those forecasts are. And then clearly the benefit that comes from that is increased visibility, better management of cash and cash sources, and better understanding of what they can forecast into the future, which provides them with greater value as an overall treasurer. And then leveraging the technology, which is why we're here, to provide them with greater value.
If that machine learning, that subset of AI is focused on cash forecasting, are there other developments that you're working on there that you can share?
Yeah, well, we've partnered with our customers on this particular rollout of cash forecasting, and we've worked through a great deal of data and a great deal of algorithms to make this effective for the business. And we'll launch that quite shortly here in the next month or so, and we'll continue to advance in the area. And we're working with many of our customers on sort of interesting sort of future thoughts around how we could leverage the technology for greater benefit. But our first push into AI is with a large number of partnered customers in the cash forecasting space.
driven largely by what the value of machine learning in solving that type of problem and the emphasis and the priority that corporations have with that? Is that what helped you choose that area?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, again, for us, our core tenet is really around automation, digitalization, and process efficiencies. And if you think of technology that helps our treasury customers to accomplish those goals, machine learning and artificial intelligence is exactly at the center of that. So how can we drive greater efficiencies for the treasurer? How can we be that solution provider that helps them to automate more of their business, to get more insight, to provide them with greater decision support tools? So from a technology point of view, this is exactly where we think we can offer great value for our customers.
Any additional new offerings, major upgrades that would be interesting to the audience out there?
Yeah, I mean, we continue to roll out the product roadmaps for each of our solutions. We are continuing to work on what I would call these value-added solutions that focus on those core tenets from a business and a technology point of view. And as you know, we're also working on sort of new product offerings as a whole. So one example there would be our Wall Street Suite solution. We've been working on Wall Street Suite and revamping Wall Street with a V8 offering. And we are at the very tail end of that work, working with customers to bring that version live, and could not be more proud of the product and the feedback from our partners on the advancements that have been out there. It's a new solution. It is a very powerful solution. It is a completely updated solution that has attempted to bring greater user flexibility, greater visibility, more real-time views, and greater functionality, building on what was an industry-leading solution in Wall Street Suite V7, but taking it to a much higher level in the new offering. That'll be available at the end of this year, and our customers are starting to work on taking that new version into production as we speak.
Rich, with that update to Wall Street version 8, were the updates part of the UI and the UX, or?
Yeah, so we've really thought about Wall Street from the ground up. So thinking about the technology, the UI, how we store data, how we present data, how we manage data. So it is a complete new offering across the board. So our customers should expect new feature functionality. They should expect new user experience. They should expect more decision support tools, real-time information, improved reporting in a brand new solution. So we're very excited about this offering. We're still working with some customers to bring it over the finish line, but we're excited about what it can provide to the users of that solution.
Rich, you had talked about engaging with your clients at Client Connection events and a real refresh starting this year. The last several years prior to that, it's probably been more challenging engaging with clients, as you've gone through the strategy of acquiring companies. What should customers look forward to? How are you planning on, staying or increasing your engagement? And is this a new look for ION?
We have spent some time this year really thinking about how to engage further with our customers. We've always had really tight relationships with them. And again, those relationships were maybe a little bit more focused on the product that they were using, whereas the conversations we're having today are a little bit more portfolio based, how we can leverage the interaction with our customers for the greater benefit of the entire community. So yeah, the connection events we held this year were fantastic. We really got to engage further with our customers. And as I mentioned, for the first time, really share that larger ION strategy with them. And I think that has allowed us to put more programs in place to reach out to our customers. And conversely, it's allowed our customers really to interact more with us on the topics. So I think our customers certainly can expect from us more of the same. We'll hold more connection events next year. We also appreciate some more intimate events with our customers. So we should expect more special interest groups and more user group meetings with our customers to really ensure that we're staying close to them. And we're putting more attention around, I would say, the relationship as a whole, making sure that we're engaged with our customers on not only the product journey, but also their business journey, focusing on what's important to them from a business point of view. And while ION has always been a product and solution company, we're thinking about much bigger than that and how we engage with our customers on a much larger scale. And our larger customers and our smaller customers are all really interested in those interactions. So as I said, this sort of new strategy and this new communication with our customers really just occurred earlier this year, but we've got a really solid foundation to build upon for the future.
Rich, I want to thank you for your time on the Treasury Update podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig.
You've reached the end of another episode of the Treasury Update podcast. Be sure to follow Strategic Treasurer on LinkedIn. Just search for Strategic Treasurer. This podcast is provided for informational purposes only, and statements made by Strategic Treasurer LLC on this podcast are not intended as legal, business, consulting, or tax advice. For more information, visit and bookmark strategictreasurer.com.